Hey there everybody, how's it going? Nice to see you again. So I take about a 4 mile walk every morning. I try to, and I don't listen to music or anything. It allows me time to think, and I think about stuff. And I was walking along the other day, and there's a section where I should have taken a photograph, right? There's a section where there's a field. It's actually from 1903. It's the University of Oregon's Agricultural Experimentation Station in Union, Oregon. And there's a barn and a field, and you can see out to Craig Mountain, they call it, but it's really not a mountain. It's just, I guess in Scotland it would be called a highland, but here in the West, I wouldn't call it a mountain, but they call it a mountain. So it's a highland kind of a deal. And the view, it's a big view. Okay, I mean it's not Yosemite, but it's you can see for 10 miles at least till you hit the mountain, and then there's the sky. And I glanced up, and there was the moon, and it's daytime, so it's a new moon. The time of the month is a new moon, so the moon's out during the day. And I started thinking about Moonrise over Hernandez by Ansel Adams, and 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, 91. 2001, 2012, 2021, okay, 2022. So that's 81 years ago. So 81 years ago, that very same moon was rising over Hernandez, New Mexico. And Ansel Adams saw it while he was driving down the road, and he stopped his car. But it was more like I guess it's kind of like a van today. And he had a platform built on the roof, and he jumped up on the roof and set up his camera, and he made one exposure. And I think it could be argued that that's one of the most iconic photographs of the 20th century. It's probably one of the most iconic landscape photographs, absolutely, for sure. There's about 1,300 of them that were actually printed by him. And he never did any limited editions, but what he did was, if you send him $500, if you sent him $500, he'd send you a print. And so they're estimated that there's about 1,300 of them out there. And they're all worth like 50 to 100,000 or more at this point. But why is that? I mean, what is it about that photograph, that resonates through the ages? And, 60% of it, 65% of it is black. Let's look at the elements, okay? You've got the sunset sunlight hitting the white crosses of the graveyard of a church in Hernandez, New Mexico, as the moon rises with the LaSalle, I think it's the LaSalle Mountains in the background, like way in the background, like 50 miles away, with translucent clouds, low band of translucent clouds over the mountains. Then the rest of the photograph is black with the moon in it. As I get older, with the passage of time, like that photograph definitely speaks to the human condition. The sunlight is about to go out on the crosses, the graves of the people that were just here briefly. Meanwhile, the eternal moon and the eternal mountains relative to us, rise and set. And, I mean, the moon's rising, sun's setting, the cycle. The people were there, now they're dead. And they were there so briefly. But the cycle continues. You know, and as I was taking my walk, you know, 81 years later, same moon. Heck, now, 81 years later, most of the people who knew the people that were in those graves are in graves. So, you know, what's in a photograph? Well, you know, what's in a painting? As the guy in the Ansel Adams documentary, it's on YouTube, said, you know, all the words are in the dictionary. They're in alphabetical order. The poet comes along and rearranges them and speaks to our soul. Moonrise over Hernandez, the theme's there. I'm just saying. So, yeah. On a more practical note, so I went out a couple of weeks ago and I brought my 6.7 and I brought my GoPro and I was going to make a video for y'all. And I got my camera all set up and I'm making my video and I put my film in my 6.7 and I went to take the photograph. I got it all dialed in and I went to my bag to get my meter and it wasn't there. So I said to myself, all right, well, I stopped the video because, you know, and I said to myself, all right, I want to get this shot. This is like the third time I've come back and dialed in this shot. So, so I'm here, what the hey, what do I got to lose? Sunny 16 and figure 3 or 4 stops because it's cloudy a little bit and it's in the shade. So I did one like 3 stops and 4 stops under sunny 16. Basically it turned out the F8 at a 60th, believe it or not. And I'll be darned, I'll scan the neg. I just processed the film the other night. I took 2 images. First one's fine, the second one's perfect. I don't know, I mean, I haven't really composited. The negative looks good. Compositionally, I'm not sure. I gotta see how it scans, see what it looks like. I may print it. But the point is I still got the shot, no meter. So, you know, do the best you can. On another note, I picked up one of those Ravini little spot meters because that Sekonic is just way too big, too heavy, and too cumbersome, and the interface sucks. So, so I'm going to try that Ravini spot meter and see what that is. I mean, we're talking about the difference between like almost a pound, I'm guessing there, but it's heavy. The Sekonic spot meter is not lightweight. And the other thing is there's so much crap in the Sekonic spot meter. It's not really a spot meter. It does everything. It's flash, incident, you know, it makes toast, it butters your bagel. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, if Sekonic would just come out with a spot meter, they'd sell the pants off of those things. But Ravini did it, okay? And Ravini Labs, the little teeny tiny spot meter, I think it weighs like 3 ounces. And I bought the AAA battery pack that goes in the bottom. But I don't know if I'm going to use it. We'll see how long the little button batteries last. So, yeah. So that's going to shave some weight off my kit. And the other thing is if you're not aware of this, the Ansel Adams Gallery, the Ansel Adams Trust, just type in Ansel Adams and there's a website. They're actually selling prints made from Ansel Adams negatives. For $375, you can get one not framed. That's the way I would go because I can frame it myself. I think it's like $500 framed. And it's printed by Alan Ross, which was an assistant of Ansel Adams. So, you know, I bet you it's pretty damn good. And $375, you can have a real print, silver gelatin print, dry mounted, I think. But it's mounted to archival board and printed from an Ansel Adams negative. I think I may buy one. Just cause, I mean, you know, and pretty cool. So I think that's going to dictate my pricing for my silver gelatin prints, in the sense that you know, $375 unframed, matted, signed, limited editions, 1 to 45, and printed by the artist. So. Yeah, moving forward, I'm going to be doing some darkroom work. I'm going to be printing a lot of stuff. I've been going through old negatives, and I mean, that's where I'm at. So thanks for tuning in. It's high summer. What can I tell you? It's 100. I'm sorry for the air conditioner noise because it's like 100 degrees outside, and it was like really hot in this room. So I had to run the air conditioner. Hopefully it didn't come across too bad. And like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check out the website for the prints coming up, the darkroom prints that are going to be available. I've got one up there now, but I plan on putting up a few of them, so we'll see. And check out the Ansel Adams Gallery if you want your very own silver gelatin print printed from an Ansel Adams negative. Pretty cool. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out there. Have a great one.